right. So, okay, first off, are you good to share this publicly? Uh,
Yes.
yes. All right. Cool. So, hello, Johnny. This is Johnny. I'm Katie. Thank you
Hello.
so much, Johnny, for being with me today. And thank you so much for everything that you've done for the project. I've always been really impressed on how you just jump into everything head first and really do some great work. So thank you so much for everything that you have done.
Thank you. Likewise as well. The group had so much opportunity and room to like grow, and we had a lot of work to be done.
Mhm.
It was a very nice journey.
Yeah, I'm glad you were with us. Okay, so first want to ask, okay, so what school do you attend? Where are you in your academics, and what are your professional aspirations?
The school that I attend currently is FIU, and I'm currently in my bachelor's. I'm almost done by the end of this year. I will be graduating, and I plan to becoming a currently I don't really know, but I have a broad idea of becoming a clinical researcher or a psychologist.
Nice. What is your undergraduate degree going to be in?
My undergraduate degree is going to be in psychology.
Nice, nice. All right, thank you. Okay, so what attracted you to United for Action?
Well, one of the things that attracted me to United for Action is the was the message that it had, if I remember from the handshake page. The way it presented itself, it was a how would I say a new opportunity to try to make something new and help create something great. And when I got the opportunity to talk to Jared, and when he was explaining to me what his vision was with the project, it made me realize that we really don't have something like this in our society, and it made me interested in look like a lot more about all the to see how far I can help and see how far this community can go.
Nice. All right. Okay. And so what were you hoping to get out of your volunteer work with Uniting for Action?
Um, Currently, since I'm not into my master's or doctorates, I don't really need any special criteria like hours or stuff. I came here voluntarily because I was interested in what I saw, and what I did gain from this experience. Well, what I'm looking, I would say maybe just a reference, I guess at this point, just a reference.
Well, you're gonna get a shining one, so yay. All right. Okay, so which team did you choose to work on and why?
The team I chose to work for is the research team. The reason I chose the research team was because as I said before, I'm interested in doing research, and I wanted to see how what type of research we were doing, and because I like to read a lot about stuff, and I wanted to see like what type of research we were doing here and how it's relevant. And I'm sorry for that. I do enjoy being part of the research team because there was a lot of opportunities for me to like catch up and read about certain situations that I did not know about.
Nice. All right. So can you give us some examples of some things that you've worked on with the research team? Are you good at screen share, or should I?
Oh, some of the things I worked on with the research team was, if I recalled, we were doing, we were working on presentation for the FDA,
Mhm.
and for when the FDA was trying to prove the vaccines for children, and I was part of the committee that was helping. I was able to add a couple of images and not proofread, we'll add a couple of ideas into the presentation as well.
Mhm.
And I think that was one of the biggest things that I've basically done and helped in this community.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and screen share so the people can see.
Oh, okay, sorry about that.
Oh no, you're good. Here, so GA. Oh, yeah, because you were a great help for the worldwide pandemic part, and then also I think you did like 50% of the slides for that presentation. So you were a huge help for that. Okay.
Thank
Okay,
you.
here's
Um, hmm.
so
Oh, okay. I know one more thing. I'm impulsive
mhm,
to that. The last, and then one of the big things that we were working on that we never really got to finish was the article rater. That
yes.
yeah, I was
Yeah, and
working.
your Google form too.
Yeah,
That
and
was really impressive to me. That looks really professional.
yes, but we never really got back to it. But it's still fine. I'll leave the draft here just in case.
We would definitely appreciate that. Yeah, I think yeah, this is you really contributed on especially this part of the FDA presentation, writing the script, adding in, little bits and pieces and really just making it very cohesive and giving great uh, background and stuff like that. And then you also did slides. So yeah, so you contributed all of this and all of these and that. Yes, so it looks very, very good. Thank you for doing that and all of these. I thought that really made a great impact for our presentation.
Um, for PowerPoints, typically you don't want to put too much words into it, like
Mhm.
paragraphs, because people tend to lose focus and might not pay attention to that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's really great advice. Okey-dokey. Okay, is there anything else that you would like to talk about that you've done with the team?
Hmm.
Some major hitters.
Not currently. Um, no, I didn't get the chance to do the FDA presentation, but um, that's yeah. I think that's basically it right now.
Okay. All right, moving on. Okay, so what valuable skills and experience have you gained by being a part of Uniting for Action?
The valuable skills that I've gained from being here, I have been able to verbally communicate and get better communications with me and Jared and a lot of other individuals that I was able to work with, especially for certain teams. Especially since I think the first 2 months, Jared personally was asking me for his insight to see what can we improve on. Is there anything that's flawed? On my own personal opinion and feedbacks to help make sure that that United for Action was um, in a very good position. And sorry, 1 second.
You good? Oh, you're muted.
Yeah.
There you go.
Uh, yeah. I think that's all.
Yeah. I also say you got some leadership, especially with the article rater and the Google Forms. You really
All
took
right.
charge on that. So, yeah, I would argue you also gained some leadership skills too. All right, great. Thank you. All right. Okay, so how has Uniting for Actions helped you take what you've learned in the classroom and apply it to the real world?
Unit for Action has in a way, I haven't really got a chance to use it fully, but in my latest job, my actually In my last job, I was able to discuss about current topics with regular people and understand their point of view about they're usually so confused and conflicted about what to trust from the media because there's always two conflicted sides. And I was able to tell them about our our website that we have and that's available that focus on neutrality neutrality for the vaccine because that person had a child that had asthma and they constantly went to the hospital for it and he was very concerned about it.
Mhm.
So it it helped me with a reference to help with people like that are deciding or trying to figure out what's the best source, what's the best options for them. It helped me
Mhm.
give people a good path to look at.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know in my personal life, people always come to me with questions about the vaccine, and if I wasn't on this project, I wouldn't know how to answer them. But
Right.
with doing all this research, I'm like, oh yeah, and I can send you like 10 articles on this, and you can do your own reading. But here's what my thinking is because I've read all these. So it really taken a load off me because I'm in public health. So as soon as I say that, people are like, oh, what's your opinion on this and this and this? I'm like, ah. But yeah, it's been really great as like a reference material. So I understand what you're saying there.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So have you find you have you found uniting for action to be flexible in accommodating your schedule, and how so?
Yes. Being in this program, it wasn't very stressful. The only time I would say we were sort of short for time was the FDA presentation, where we were constantly when we were trying to pump out as many FDA's presentation as we can, because it was our one of the biggest opportunities we had, which made sense. But
Mhm,
besides that, we were the schedules were very um, flexible,
mhm,
and you basically like it shows you could choose your hours or tell them negotiate not negotiate tell what you call it tell your team leaders about how
mhm.
many hours you could contribute to the work for the week. Um, and besides that, it wasn't very complicated. How have you found your and oh, I was able to obviously attend United for Action while being at school.
Mhm.
And besides that, nothing else. It wasn't a very difficult thing to choose whether going to this meeting or working. It was more of a very flexible situation.
Yeah, I think especially having the meetings recorded kind of takes um, a relief, the
Right.
burden off your shoulders if you can't make it because you're like, oh, I can't make it. Oh my gosh. But, I can always watch it later and I'll be okay. It's not like you're going to miss valuable information. So I know that's been really helpful for me. Yeah. And with the FDA presentation, I was so impressed by how quickly everyone was able to like rally
Right.
together and get so much done in so little time. And thank you again for being a great part of that. So,
Thank you.
yeah.
Likewise, because you were able, you also did a lot during that during that week and a 2 week period. It was
Uh, I thrive under pressure. So I was in my element. I was like, this is what years of procrastination have led up to. I'm ready.
perfect timing.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. Okay. So, have you found Uniting for Action to be an inclusive, welcoming, and empowering environment, and how so?
yes. I At United for Action, I did not feel excluded at all. I felt everybody was as equal as possible. We all have equal opportunities to even step up for leadership. Um, when Jared offered the leadership roles to everybody, um, I I was thinking about doing it, but I was fairly new, so I couldn't. It wouldn't seem right for me to volunteer to be the leader because I was too new, and
Mhm.
I just yeah, it was very inclusive and welcoming. Everybody was very nice, and especially anytime I had any issues or questions, there was always someone there to help me, and I very much appreciate that.
Yeah. For my part, I think you would have made a great team leader. Um, well, I'm sad that Hannah had to leave, but yeah, yeah. it would have been great choices all around, honestly. We have a great team.
Right. There was just so many other possibilities. Sorry.
Uh,
There's-
Honestly, it's just a team of co-leaders.
Right.
Okay, so what have been the best parts or most valuable aspects of being a part of Uniting for Action?
Best parts of value. Okay. The best parts, or I would say the value, would be to see how mhm, how close every week we get closer and closer to being more developed, and we're getting closer to being able to show everybody and having everybody to show everybody our great, not media, our great, what you call it, our community, the
Mhm,
community that we have and that we're building. We can show them everything and how it's different, and how we're actually here, and there's people that's trying to that we care about all of the everything that's happening, especially the vaccines. We're trying to prove everything. We're trying to show everyone that's um that there's a community for them. If you care about your environment and your place, there's a community for you, and that's here. And I'm very interested in seeing United for Future in the future,
mhm.
United for
Yeah.
Action in the future.
That's also good. You're right for future. I like that. Yeah, it seems a little bit like hyperbole, but it kind of feels like we're Bill Gates in a garage starting something.
Yes, exactly. Starting something new, very fresh.
Yes. Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how it evolves over time.
Right. Once we pick up more followers, the more followers we pick up, and the more spread we become, I would say, like, somehow we market it towards all college students in all campuses, we could
Mhm.
probably gather a huge crowd, and we would have a huge influence of people to help push everything. Because, like, as you know, there we do have a small team, but that's okay. The small team is a good start. And as you know, the more the merrier, and the more we can do, as Jared was saying in
Mhm.
the previous meetings.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think generalization is definitely the best thing that we could do at this point.
Right,
Like it's like you said, it's sad to see vaccine considerations go, but it's not really gone. Like
right,
you can see how it'll apply to different areas.
right. Definitely.
Okay, so last couple questions. All right. Would you recommend Uniting for Action to others? Why or why not?
Yes, I would recommend United for Action for others. Um, for any, I would say, person that's looking for, let's say, I think he used this community for hours, right, for graduate school. If you want to gain experience in marketing, if you want to gain experience in business, if you want a little bit of experience in research as well, it's a great opportunity to, start up something and find a footing.
Yeah, I think it's a really great skill builder all around. I know for me, I have gained skills that I would never have thought I would have gained in this project.
Right,
I'm like, it's like, I want this project. And I was like, oh, well, I've never done that before, but hey, now's a good time to learn. There's not money on the line for now. So I'm like,
right.
why not?
I
This is
don't know
great.
if I don't know if I would be able to like perform president oh present 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 in front of the FDA. There you go. I just get too nervous. I would just sort of freeze. That's a really
Mhm.
good skill.
It it really was just like a phone call like this, so it wasn't that scary. I think if I was actually in front of people, I wouldn't have done it. Never.
Definitely, definitely me.
Yeah, I hate public presentations so much.
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking having hundreds of people looking at you.
Mhm. Even just sometimes at the team meeting when there's like a lot of people on, I'm like I get flustered. I'm like, oh my god, they're all looking at me.
That's understandable, very understandable. I guess
Mm.
sure.
Okay. How will you use what you learned during your time in your career?
I became more efficient with Excel, not Excel, Google Sheets while working here. Um, I think that's going to be very useful going forward because Google Sheets and is a basically sort of a merit, uh, like a copy of Excel, and it
Mhm.
works really well with research in general. And since I gained some experience with it, I say it'll help me down the line as well. Also, um, communication, I gained better communication skills as well. I also was able to feel more confident about my opinions because I was able to voice my opinions a lot throughout the meetings that we were in. And yeah, I feel like I learned a lot and I feel like it will help me carry on to later on in my future.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. Okay, question for me, what advice do you have for students or volunteers or whoever else coming into the project?
Mhm. Don't be afraid to share your opinion. Your opinions are very valuable, and your opinion might just be the thing that we're looking for that can get us moving. So don't be too shy about what you think. An idea might be a great, the best thing possible for us.
That's really great advice. Thank you. Okay, do you have anything else you want to say?
Um, well, the last thing I want to say was thank you. Thank you for helping me a lot throughout this time I've been here since August. I would like to say it was a very nice experience and everything that we've done. I would like to say thank you again to you, Jared, the team, for everyone that helped me. And I will remember you guys. I will miss this program as much.
Yes. Well, again, thank you for your hard work. You've been a great asset to the team. Yes, the just jumping in and giving your opinions and feedback, and as you said, helping us move forward and breaking out of your shell. And it has been great to see your progression throughout the time that you've been on the team. So thank you for everything you've done, and know that we really appreciate it. And I know it's a couple weeks out, but yeah, you will be really missed within the project.
Thank you. That's nice to know.
It's good to be missed. It feels horrible to say, but it's true.
Yeah, of course. Instead of just being that person that just disappear.
Yeah. I know there's been some people within the project that just kind of fizzled out, and I'm like, are they still the project, or am I supposed to like catch up with them? Like,
I think what you guys are doing now with the interviews, it's a really good idea as well because it longevity, I think that's the word. It keeps you have the final version of the person for like in your keepsake. I don't know how to explain it. I think just this video will help explain to other people that comes along if they want to watch
mhm,
about who I am, or they can sort of get an idea of who I am.
it's true. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so do you have anything else for me?
Um, no, not currently.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, Johnny. Yeah, it didn't exactly take an hour, but I think we got some really good content. So thank you.
No
And
problem.
okay, so if you have any questions about what you need to do over the rest of the week and the weekend, don't hesitate to reach out.
Okay. Okay, I'll reach out to you about it.
Okay.
Later on, okay?
Yeah,
Because right
sounds
now
good.
I have to do something.
Okay,
Um,
yeah.
okay, thank you again for having this meeting with me, and have a wonderful night.
You too. All right. We're recording. Stop.